Hello everyone, my name is Legend Ronnie and this game is Rise of Kingdoms, and today we are back with another free-to-play series or short series for my lovely subscribers and followers or any other viewers out there. I'm gonna get straight to it, and today is gonna be about the research, about your technology. What advices I can give you about the technology. I had this couple of questions. People are asking me to do particular videos where I advise players, free-to-play players, what should they work on their technology. And this is what we're going to talk about today. Because you know, there is economic technology and then you have the military technology. Now, the first thing I have to say before I get anything started, if you are a free-to-play, you need to be well aware that you need to invest time over money. Any other player that spends money, they rush everything. This is stuff that you can get as free-to-play without spending, but it takes time. So I'm gonna guide you with this video. I'm gonna guide you through it and give you the best advices I can give you on which technology you should work on as a free-to-play. As an addition, before I start as well, it's the farm accounts. This is very important if you're a free-to-play, because obviously someone that spends money, it buys the bundles, it buys all the resources, so it doesn't need to farm as much. If you're a free-to-play, you need to trade in your time for the money, right? So for that you also need farm accounts. I suggest at least 2 farm accounts that will farm for you, so you make sure that you have plenty of resources all the time. Now, if you're in a new kingdom, that might be a little bit harder because there's always zeroing, there's city hitting, and since cities don't have that many troops, it's quite easy to zero cities. This is something that you'll have to manage yourself, how you'll protect your farm accounts and your main account. Probably would be to be in an alliance that is trying to have peace with everyone else, because in the end, once the lost temple is being conquered, usually the kingdom is settled, because the big prize is the lost kingdom, and that's what people actually are aiming for it right now, than having fights in their own kingdom. And it kind of helps a lot if you manage to have 2 farm accounts and keep farming with the 2 farm accounts. The reason I'm saying that is because you're noticing that is economic technology and then is the military technology. Now, because you're free to play and you do not buy those speed ups, those gems to keep rushing the technology, that's why you need the farm accounts. So you don't need to invest on your economic technology, so you can always invest on your military technology. Every single time, every single minute, hour, every single day, it gets you closer and closer in maxing out your military technology. There are a couple of very important points on the economic technology that I would highly advise you. This is the first thing that you need to work on. This is the primary thing. Those are the following: masonry, which increase your building speed up. Then you have writing, this is the second one, which increases your research speed up. So these are very important. After that, we go to engineering, 35% building speed up. This is huge. This needs to be 10 out of 10. So these are the first research that you're gonna max out. 10 out of 10 engineering, and after that you have the 4th one, which is mathematics. So all these 4 technologies, these are the first 4 technologies that you want to max out. 5 out of 5 or 10 out of 10. You need to max them out so you can maximize the time you spend on building or researching. If you're a free to play, you participate in ordinary events, gathering, or various other events where you do gain speed up. Slowly those speed ups, they stack up. You open chests, you kill barbarians, you do various tasks into the game, which slowly it does grant you some speed ups, which, as I mentioned, they stack up. All those speed ups, you invest them on the military technology. Now these the first ones. They are very easy to be maxed out. Buckler, even unlocking your tier 3 troops. All tier 3 troops must be unlocked. So up till here, this is very easy. Everything you'll have maxed out. You probably don't even have to spend speed ups to max all this out. After that, you have camouflage, and then it's gonna come the big part, which is combat tactics, defensive formation, herbal medicine, and tier 4 troops. Now the first thing and the first priority that you have is to unlock your tier 4 infantry, unlock your tier 4 archers, and unlock your tier 4 knights. You need to upgrade your troops tier 1 or tier 2. You need to upgrade them to tier 4. If you still have some tier 3 during various training events, if you want to gain some advantage, you want to gain some points, you have some training speed ups, obviously upgrade them from tier 3 to tier 4 using the speed ups is highly advisable. It only takes a couple of hours from tier 3 to tier 4, and then keep training tier 4 every day as much as possible. The ballista, on the other hand, is not a priority. You want to research it very late. Tier 3 mangonel is actually really good for farming. Some players prefer the tier 1 siege for farming because they are much faster and it only takes 3 seconds. Any tier 1 troops, it only takes 3 seconds to heal, regardless of the quantity. But here comes the problem. If your city is being hit and you have tier 1 troops, those tier 1 troops will fill up your hospital, and then you're gonna lose higher tier troops, including tier 4. So I'm not sure where is the trade that is actually working having tier 1 troops. I never understood it and I don't like it at all, because those one will go in the hospital, you're gonna save them, but then if your city is they keep hitting your city, then you're gonna start losing higher tier troops, and it's free to play for you. That can be very devastating. Now, going further in the military technology, as I mentioned, you unlock your infantry, archers, and knights. Once you unlock that, you want to work and do the research which are the cheapest. So combat tactics, defensive formation, herbal medicine, and after that you do war steel, bootkin, stirrups, kutum pavice, plate armor. When you unlock medical corps, combined arms, encampment, it doesn't mean that you have to do them in this order, but you need to level them up, which are the cheapest. So once they go to like 5 out of 10, after that it's probably gonna start taking a couple of days. But until then, it's around a day or less than a day to upgrade, and those are stats that you're providing to these troops. You're providing them to be stronger, because obviously you're going to use them on the battlefield. So more stats you can put on your troops, the fastest, the better. That's exactly what I have always done. But the most important part is when you're going to use your speed ups. So when you're going to use your speed ups, that comes the most important part. You want to work on the research that is relevant to the commanders that you're working on. So for example, if you're working on Pelagius, Belisarius, Babers, that means you're focusing on cavalry, and then that means that when you're going to use your speed ups, you want to work on stirrups, you want to work on plate armor, and obviously when you are ready with the speed ups, combat tactics, defensive formation, and herbal medicine, because these are general research. This boosts all your troops. Same is with medical corps, combined arms, and encampment. All these 6 research, they boost your entire troops. So they affect all, including siege, including your siege. So you want to maximize your military technology as much as possible until it's gonna ask you for economic technology. That's what you want to do, because you don't need to work on your economic technology as long as masonry, writing, engineering, and mathematics are done, because you're gonna have your farming accounts that will gonna farm resources for you. Plus, most of the stuff that is here is granting a lot of production, which is mainly gonna help you once you have the buildings, let's say level 22, 23, the resources buildings, and that's gonna be the list of your priorities for a very long time to upgrade your resource buildings. So this is my advice with a little speed ups. You know, you work on the troops that you're trying to specialize in. Either if it's archer, if you're working on archer commander, either if it's infantry, if you're working on infantry commander like Sanzu or Eulji, or you know, cavalry commanders. And the main priority to bring to level 10, I would suggest to be combat tactics, defensive formation, and herbal medicine. Once you get all these 3 to 10 out of 10, you'll be able to max out cartography, which grants you a little bit more mobility, and because you have tier 4, you gain a little bit of advantage against tier 5 players, and a little bit of mobility as well. After that, you can work on maximizing the troops, get whichever specialization you're focusing on 10 out of 10, and once that is done, it's definitely going to start asking for economic technology. And when it asks for economic technology, that's the time you start researching your economic technology. Until then, you go full out on military technology. Try to invest as much as possible on military technology. Try to get as high as possible, as fast as possible. So this is my advice in terms of academy or technology or your research. This is how you should work on. And again, this requires to have farming accounts that will actually farm resources for you. Obviously, you will be able to farm resources with your main account as well. You're not going to be as effective because there are a lot other things you can farm with your main account, including gems, which you saw them over there, or farming credits, which also is a resource that will help you a lot, and various other tasks that you can do in the game. If you're in the Lost Kingdom, probably place a march on the altar or ruins or wherever, so you can get honor points. You want to do AoE farming with one march, so there you go. A free to play, you definitely need farm accounts. That's pretty much all about it. I can also add that working on your city hall is also your main directive. Make sure you get the city hall to 25. That is very important as well. Once you get your city hall to 25, you have the troops, the troop capacity 150,000. You have this troops capacity, which is gold. Trying to have as high a troops capacity as possible is going to help you a lot in various tasks. So city hall 25, this should always be the main priority in terms of building. So I told you on the war technology what you need to work on, or on your technology, and this is on your buildings. City hall to 25, follow the requirements. That needs to be done. Right, that's pretty much all about this video. I just want to help you out with the research technology and what you should work on. Until next time, this is your boy Giannoni signing off. Peace out, yo, and take care.